He has photographed some of the most famous faces in the world, including the royal family and presidents of the United States.
How about that? We sat down with photographer Mark Sennet.
He worked for the Associated Press, the London Daily Express. For People magazine, he shot more than 100 covers, and for 25 years at Time Life, he covered the White House. Photographer extraordinaire Mark Sennet has been called the man with the special eye.
It's more than a special eye. It's almost like a beacon. And I don't know where it is in my body.
But it's there.
It's there. And it's kind of an intuition, you know, where you find something where you know the action is.
As the official photographer for the British royal family, he had many opportunities to capture Prince Charles as a single man traveling the world as an eligible bachelor. And of course, rock and roll royalty like Paul McCartney, John Lennon, Cher, and Alice Cooper.
It's about how do you get that great picture? How do you make that moment with everybody with their iPhones today? It's not just capturing that moment, but what's in your head? What do you want to do to get that shot? You know, and how do you get it? And how you get it is usually being more aggressive and intuitive than the other photographers.
But it was the way Mark gained the trust of his subjects that allowed for the creation of those iconic images, like the ones he shot for George Lucas and his unknown stars at the time, Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford.
Carrie and Harrison had this great chemistry between the two of them. And I have a lot of shots of them, but those two were a thing on the set. You would see it, but it was very kind of subtle. You know what I mean? You couldn't, there's so many.
Right.
Is it that they're so used to the camera that they don't see you and they just do what they do?
No, you know what it is? It's
Or they're just performing for you?
No. My job is to get you into a position where I can relax you. I can see when I photograph Spielberg all the time, or Harrison in those days, it's a trust that you're not going to burn them. I don't feel that photography, it has to be kind of true in the why you look at a photograph, why you get lost in a photograph, and being kind of part of most of the pop culture as we started People magazine. You really got to know the celebrities like Harrison, who's so private, such a good actor.
Among his favorite subjects were the powerful political figures of our time, and again, in his own way, managed to capture images no one else could.
There is a kind of an honor code among photographers. When you're at the White House photographing the president, you know that there are other cameramen, photographers, all trying to get that image. Yet you've got some of the most iconic images of President Reagan and President Obama, President Ford. Tell me about how you always positioned yourself in the right place with the right photo, and what was like. Which one was your favorite?
My favorite person to photograph, and my Democratic friends will kill me, I was most moved by two presidents, mainly President Reagan and President Ford. I think I had the last photo session where I had Betty push him in the pool.
Awesome.
You did not.
Awesome.
I had the shots there. Because he swam every morning. Then I had him making pancakes. And this was when I was at the Express, not at that Time Life. And so Betty, it was in the winter and things were moving up. And I said, Betty, go like this.
Oh, I remember
Use that shot. And she said, what? I said, go like that. Because all the kids, they were all together and they were hugging. Very close family. And so she did, and they all laughed. And again, it was a front page. And then the last.
An iconic photo. Amazing photos, huh?
What a career.
What a career. And he's a film producer on top of that.
How about that? All right, we're going to be right back.